Hello, the internet. This is Togemine180 here. It's time to both go back into the realm of Henry Selick. I've already talked about his other films, Wendell and Wild, and the acclaimed Nightmare Before Christmas. But now, we go into the other world to visit Henry's other hit film, after Nightmare, Coraline. Coraline Jones has moved into a new place called the Pink Palace, but is not very pleased with it, having to deal with her workaholic parents, etc. Suddenly, she finds a secret door that lands her into an alternate universe where she meets people that look like the people she met, but with button eyes and are a lot more pleasant. At first, it seems like a wonderland for Coraline, but it turns out there's more than meets the button eyes. In an age where kids' films are usually seen as cute, colorful, kid-friendly junk for your mind, Coraline is one of those rare anime films that's not afraid to get dark and disturbing at times. And that's what makes this film so memorable. Because when this film gets dark, it goes mad dark. I mean, you got creepy imagery, dead children, unsettling concepts. Gosh, this film can be real nightmare-inducing, but in all the right ways. Another element I like about this film is the world it's set in. The other world has this mystique, otherworldly feeling to it. What is that we don't know. What I like about it is that we don't know much about how the other world came to be, and how the other mother came to be as well. Sometimes less is more. While the real world, despite being drab, can also have its uses of whimsy, like with Mr. Babinski and the eccentric Miss Spink and Miss Forcible. I also love the uses of foreshadowing in this film. Little hints like the other father's song or the tea leaves scene help make the reveal all the more satisfying. But you can't have a good horror flick without the uses of great characters. And thankfully this film has some real great ones. Coraline may seem bratty and a pain, but she's a kid and come on. We've all been like Coraline in one moment in our lives. The other characters are fantastic as well, as they both serve as the fun supporting characters for Coraline to interact with, but also serve a point to the film, like warning Coraline about the dangers of the other world, or to give out helpful items for her. While the other mother is possibly one of my favorite non-Disney anime villains ever. She starts out as this wonderfully lovely mother, but there's that tiny feeling that something is not right about her, and once the cat is out of the bag, no pun intended, she becomes this terrifying monster that feeds on children. Ugh. The animation itself is fantastic as well. This has to be some of the finest stop motion I've seen. The characters have exaggerated and stylized looks, the movements are fluid and expressive, and there are so many moments that look absolutely stunning. I also like the use of color in this film, where the real one is more drab and unpleasant, while the other place is more vibrant and fun to look at, but gets more creepy looking as the film goes on. The film's score by Bruno Corlelos is also amazing, by being a mix of both being whimsical, but also not afraid to go into dark and disturbing territory, which helps fit the film's tone of being both whimsical and creepy. If I do have one flaw with this film, it would have to be by the end, where after Coraline defeats the Belgium and saves her parents, the ghost children tell her that she's not out of the park just yet and has to get rid of the key. I find that part to be pretty pointless. I guess it was there to justify Wybie being in this film by rescuing Coraline from danger, but still. But aside from that, Coraline is still a marvel of a film, and one of the finest in stop motion by being both creepy and charming, as well as beautifully animated. This easily gets a 9 out of 10. Go check it out for yourself. Just be sure not to get trapped in there and get buttons sewed into your eyes.